Welcome to Pherotone Studios. This is a Neumann U47 clone, not the FET, the old tube one. You can't get the old tubes anymore, so this is probably as close as you can get. It is the MicParts V47, I believe. So it's a valve mic. You do have to build it yourself. I think it costs about $1,000 by the time you pay for the import fees and all the rest of it into the UK. I think it's about $1,200 in America. And the reason I got one of these is I was in a studio recently. I loved my old vocal mic, which is also a MicParts mic actually. In fact, I bought that and it replaced my Neumann U87. I was in a studio recently and I played, it wasn't a Neumann U47, it was a Flea-47, which is another clone. Warm Audio do one, which I've heard sounds very similar, but I wanted to make one because this channel is quite DIY. It's sort of fun to do. And this is it, and you're hearing it now. I will play some acoustic guitar and maybe do some vocals through it, but I figured then when you can hear how it sounds for voiceover work on an acoustic guitar and maybe with some vocals, because those are the main uses for one, I would say. When I was reading the reviews on this before I bought it, one of them said it took them 8 hours to build, and I thought, there's absolutely no way it's going to take me 8 hours to build a microphone. You have to build the power supply as well. It took me 7 hours. Not in one hit, I did parts at a time. So I built the microphone, did all the tests, built the power supply, did all the tests on that, then sent some, sort of went to and fro from the owner saying, oh look, my tests are showing there's problems. I just wasn't reading the multimeter correctly. It was fine. I was just worried that I was going to blow up the microphone. But the guide that comes with it, I mean, it has pictures of where stuff should go. It's really it's like Lego for adults, I suppose, but a bit more complicated. You can follow this and not make a mistake. So it's quite difficult to go wrong unless you've done something stupid. It is a little bit daunting at times, especially when you're doing the capsule. I don't know why the capsule part is always a bit complicated, but was it worth 7 hours work? Yeah, 100%. I don't regret it at all. In fact, when I was building it, I was thinking I should have just bought a Warm Audio one or paid for a pre-made one, because I was a bit worried that I'd ruined it. Getting to the end and not reading the multimeter correctly, I was really concerned that I'd spent all that time and money and wasted it. That wasn't the case at all. And this is what it sounds like for, I suppose, voiceover work. I'm not speaking directly at it. I am now. It's a valve mic. I think it's a similar size to a Neumann U47, maybe a bit slimmer. The thing about the original U47 is some of the parts you can't get anymore, and they cost a fortune. This doesn't. It's still a lot of money, don't get me wrong. But is it worth getting? Well, it's definitely worth considering. If you're looking for a high-end mic, this could be it. It has different polar patterns on the power supply. You can change it between, I think, figure of 8, and I'm just going to use it on cardioid for most of the time. But it will be handy if I ever have a choir in here. Well, I'd have a choir. Sometimes there's a few of us doing backing vocals. It's just handy if there's a few of you in a room, maybe acoustic guitars, there might be a few of us. It's just nice to have another decent microphone. Just so you know, MicParts is owned by the guy who owns Roswell Pro Audio. They do the Delphos and the Mini K47. I'll get one out. The Mini K47 is one of these. I think everyone on the planet's owned one. Really good little mic. Don't really like it on electric guitar. Bit of a strange use for it anyway, but that's what I bought it for. I didn't like it on that. It's alright for vocals. Well, it's very good for vocals. It's very good for everything. Just I put it on a kick drum, just so you know who the guy is. Right, I'm going to play some acoustic guitar. Leave some comments. Let me know. Does it sound good? Was it worth the money? I mean, it's a bit subjective, isn't it? Because, well, it just is. So I'm going to grab an acoustic and have a listen to how it sounds. I'm feeding the pony. It never stops, no, it never stops. I'm feeding the pony, I'm feeding the pony. And that gives you an idea how the microphone sounds. Those are just scratch lyrics, that's why they're meaningless. I'm sending that track to a friend, we're going to work on it, so hopefully you'll hear that track soon. I have no doubt that it will have nothing to do with ponies in the final version, but my band's called The Pony Never Stops. Hence the random lyrics. But it gives you an idea of how the vocals sound sitting with a guitar, all recorded through the same mic. I think it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's a lot of work. You can get them to build it for you. I don't know the price of them building it, but it's definitely worth checking out. Or you can buy other Neumann U47 clones, like the Warm Audio one, which I've heard is quite good. I think that's about 800 or 900 quid, which is a bit cheaper. But I trust Matt, the guy who does this. So like I said, he's Roswell and MicParts. I just feel if it's more expensive than a pre-made one before you've even assembled it, it's probably better parts because the labour isn't included because I'm the labour. So I'm hoping it's like a 1,500 quid mic. I don't know. I have no idea. But I don't know. It's a nice mic to add to your collection. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. And let me know what you thought.